What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be going over our August 2021 budget, and I just started doing these videos last month, these monthly budget with me videos. So I did one for July and this is my second budget with me. I will be doing a July like budget recap or review, something like that. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet, showing you guys what we actually spent in the month of July compared to what we budgeted, but it's still July and I haven't closed out that budget yet. So in this video I'm showing you what we are budgeting for the month of August. As a reminder, if you like the spreadsheet I'm using, then it is available for purchase in my Etsy shop. It's an instant download to Google Sheets. It comes with a detailed video tutorial on how to use it and set it up, along with me every single month showing you guys how I use our budget spreadsheet. So if you're interested in getting my spreadsheet, then a link to my Etsy shop will be in the video description. Okay, so this is our August budget. If you purchase the spreadsheet, you will get a net and gross version. You don't have to purchase them separately, you just get both if you buy the spreadsheet. And so what I've decided to do is kind of alternate between them to show you guys how they each work. So last month I used the net spreadsheet for our budget, and this month I'm using the gross. So total gross income that we expect is $13,579. That is made up of my income from YouTube, my husband's job, and also some savings that I'd set aside from my job when I quit. During the last like 3 or 4 months that I was working, I put several $1,000s aside each month to kind of supplement our income after I quit, as I'm working on building up my YouTube income. So if you think the taxes are off, like we're not withholding enough for taxes based on the income, that's probably what the difference is. Okay, so because this is the gross spreadsheet, we do put our taxes and insurance and any other paycheck deductions actually in the budget. So for taxes, we should be withholding $2,854, and for insurance, which includes our health insurance and dental and vision through my husband's work, it's $392 a month. And honestly, I think that's really good. We're a family of 3, and I think we have amazing insurance through his work for all of that for less than $400 a month. So we're really lucky to have that. So that's everything for the taxes and insurance section. Next we have pay yourself first, which is savings and retirement. So we always have $1,500 deducted from my husband's paycheck for his 401k, or should I say we have $750 per paycheck come out. So he gets 2 paychecks this month, so $1,500 is going to come out. And then for our brokerage account, we're planning to contribute $441. We're splitting our like extra, like after I do this whole budget and I see what's left to allocate to like discretionary things, I split it half and half between brokerage and extra debt payments. So this month we're making an extra debt payment of $425 to our home equity line of credit, and then $441, I mean it's about even, to our brokerage account. So that's the plan for that. And brokerage is just a taxable investment account. I have 3 accounts that I contribute to with after-tax money, one at Fidelity, one at M1 Finance, and one at Acorns. So, and if you've seen my videos before, I've talked about all that. For Acorns right now, you get $5 if you open an account, and then with M1 Finance, you get $50 if you open an account and contribute $100. So that's a really good promotion they have going right now. And I think it ends early September, and then it'll probably go back down to like $10 or $20, whatever their original promotion was before this like really good promotion. Okay, $529 college savings. That's for my daughter's college savings account. We're gonna put $50 in this month. Next, we've got our debt sections. Right now, this just has 3 things: my husband's student loan, my student loan, and our home equity line of credit. So we are just paying the minimums on our 2 student loans. So my husband's is $893 per month and mine is $1,882 per month. Those changed a little bit from last month. We just refinanced with Common Bond a couple months ago, and sometimes it takes a little bit for the final payment to like get calculated because there's an overpayment to the old company, and then you have to like submit that back to your new lender, and they then have to apply it as a refund so the interest is calculated correctly. So it fluctuates a little bit, but anyway, I think it's all set now. I think that's going to be our payment for the duration of those loans, assuming we don't refinance again. So those are just the minimum payments. If you're just coming across this video and you've never watched any of my videos before, we have about $280,000 of student loan debt. 2/3 of it is mine from law school, and 1/3 of it is my husband's from his MBA program. It's a crazy amount of debt, I know, but we are working very hard to get it paid off as quickly as possible. And then finally, our home equity line of credit has a minimum payment of $75. It actually might be a little bit lower now because because it's an interest only payment that's required. If you guys are familiar with home equity lines of credit, they're usually interest only for 10 years. Isn't that really nice of them that they're like, oh, you can just pay us the interest and no principal for 10 years, and then you're gonna be exactly where you started 10 years from now, and then it turns into like a second mortgage and you have to start paying interest and principal. That's how they get you. It's like, oh, it's gonna be such a low payment, you should just do it. But it's just like if you had a credit card and you were just paying the interest only every single month and never paying off the principal. So anyway, we're working on paying off the home equity line of credit. So this month I'm hoping we can pay $500 towards that debt. All right, next let's scroll over to the fixed expenses section. These are pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I'm necessarily gonna go through all of them. Our cell phone, somebody commented in my last video, the cell phone cost is really high. I totally agree. I've had the same provider, Verizon, since I got my cell phone at 14, and I think I'm just really scared to change because I use my phone so much for my personal life and for my business. I know there's Mint Mobile and they're like 15 bucks a month, but it just like, and the commercial says like, how can it be good service if it's only $15 a month? And they like try to overcome that objection. Like I feel like they priced it too low. Have you guys heard of that phenomenon? Like if something's priced too low, you're like, what's the catch? Like if they were priced at like $25 a month, or $30 a month, I would probably be more inclined to check them out. But because it's so low, I don't know, it just seems like usually you get what you pay for to an extent. Have any of you guys tried Mint Mobile? If so, let me know, because it seems like too good to be true, but maybe it's not. So that's pretty much it in the fixed expenses section. And then finally to our sinking funds. So we keep a portion of our emergency fund in our checking account. We use like one account for this whole budget to make things really easy. This month we didn't budget anything to put into that emergency fund because that's fully funded for now while we're still paying off debt. Groceries, we budgeted $1,000. I know it's a lot, but it's what works for us, especially now with inflation. Like we need all the room we can get to keep ourselves in budget. I'd rather like for groceries over budget and like come in under and feel like a win than feel like I'm failing every month when I only budget like $750 or $800 and go over. Like that's just a mental game for me that works. I need to feel like I'm succeeding within my budget, like within reason, rather than like putting it too low and then yeah, not being able to stay within budget. That's like demotivating for me. Vacation fund, nothing this month, but hopefully before the end of the year, we'll start putting money in there. Husband's spending and my spending, we each get $200 a month. And then my daughter, we budget $150 for her for diapers and, you know, clothes and anything that she may need. She just turned 2, so that amount's been working. Baby number 2 sinking fund, we started this maybe like 6 months ago, even before we were trying to get pregnant, and we just put about 50 bucks a month in there. So when second baby comes, at whenever that happens, we have money set aside to get all the things that baby needs, so nothing goes on a credit card. Next, Miles expenses. Miles is our fur baby. He's a cat and he's about to be 7 or 8. He's about to be 8 years old. So yeah, he has prescription food and he has vet visits and other things that we take care of throughout the year. So $150 a month is what we budget for him. For gas, $100 a month has been working okay. We might have to bump that up, but for now, $100. Gifts, $100, home decor, $25, and then car maintenance and house maintenance, we're also putting $25 this month. Town, sewer, and water, $85, and that's just, I averaged what our bills are over the course of 12 months for those things, and then same thing with utilities. I have been putting $350 into our utility sinking fund, and then I realized that our utility usage is much lower than it was last year, so I was budgeting off of last year's usage, although utility costs I think are going up due to inflation, but I don't think they're going up as much as we're cutting back on our usage. So I posted on Instagram a while ago, like my utility company sends me a comparison, like here's how much you used this month last year compared to this year, and it was like basically half, I think. And so yeah, I put this down to 300, and if we need to bump it back up, we will, but I'm hoping that 300 a month is enough because 350 just feels like so much money every month for utilities. And then finally, Christmas sinking fund, we're putting $100. So by the time Christmas rolls around, we are ready to go. Okay, and then the last part of my budget that I like to look at and show you guys is the summary. So here you can see the budgeted summary. When we fill in the actual numbers, the actual summary will have a similar pie chart. So for taxes and insurance, that's about 24% of our budget. For Pay Yourself First, that's 14.7% of our budget. Obviously, some of that is going to my daughter's 529 into an after-tax brokerage. Ideally, we'd have 15% just going to retirement, so that number would be above 15%. However, I did fund my Roth IRA. I maxed that out, and so I did that all in like the first third of the year. So if that was spread out throughout the year and there was an extra $500 going to this section, then we would be more at like 16-17% for this amount. So I'm pretty happy with where that's at. I would like it to be higher, but obviously because of this purple section right here, there's only so much we can do. So 24% of our gross pay is going to debt this month. And just to clarify, as if you guys remember, the mortgage is in the fixed expenses section, not the debt section, so really more than that is going towards debt. And then fixed expenses is 18.8% and sinking funds is 18.5%. You can see up here, left to budget says 0, and that's because all of our income is budgeted throughout the spreadsheet, so as it comes in throughout the month, we know exactly what to do with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this from me, then hit that red subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. Again, if you want to check out my spreadsheet, it is available in my Etsy shop, which is linked below, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.